I think it helps though. Broken dead stuff. was just like a maze trying to get it out. We got her though. Them making ground boys have to work down there. Oh yeah. plug it up and see what it works. Piece that size, holy cow, that's a big piece, man. $2,500. That's a hose, man. Yeah. Oh, nice. 3,800, that's a big. Nice, it's rigged up perfect too, man. Really pretty cool. figured it'd roll a little bit more than that. That's nice, dude. That's the way I like them to do right there. Gently roll. Alright, I've swapped over to the 661 36-inch bar now, cutting these chunks. What's that chunk weigh? 4,500 chunk. What did you say? You had about 7,000 capacity? You free? Hang on, let me see. Alright, good. I ain't saying you gotta be a man to run a 661 over your head like that with a 36-inch bar. I think it helps though. I'm not sure I'm that caliber or not, but how much that in weigh? 5,500. Holy cow. The thing's setting perfect too, look at that. That's a chunk. It was 1:23 in the afternoon when I was cutting this, and we were doing this last chunk here. This chunk, Kyle said he was good for 7,000 pounds, and I cut it, and it started, it kind of teetered over. You can see I got the sling set to where to kind of pull it over away from the building there. And Kyle, it was over, and Kyle said, "You got it cut free?" I said, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do." He said, "Well, I'm at 6,000. He said, "Cleared the stump yet?" I said, "No, not yet." I said, "It's close." And he kind of put a little bit more on it. I seen some light come between it. And he said, I said, "It's free now." I said, "You're up off the stump." He said, "Well, I'm at 6,400 pounds. I was like, "All right, that'll work." So at this point, it was a little over 100 degrees. And my camera, it done gotten hot. And these GoPros, when it gets to a certain point, they just shut down, and the camera shut down on me here before we lifted it completely up. So I apologize for not getting that. There were a bunch of people over there under that pine tree watching, and some of them were filming. I'm gonna try to see if I can get the footage of lifting that piece over the building, from one of them. Maybe I can, and I'll include it in another video or something. But man, it was rough. The heat at this point right here, I was done after I cut this stump off. Like I said, the normal temperature was a little over 100, and then the index is going to be about 111 or so, something like that. But a tough day. It took us on this post oak right at 3 hours, and we lost a little bit of time. Kyle's headset died on him, so we had to charge it for about 20 minutes, and then, which was good, because again, it gave me a little bit of a breather, because man, it was that heat coming off them shingles up there on that roof were just, it was unmerciful on there. So stay tuned. The rest of this video coming up. she's all cleaned up. This is what it finished out, how it looks around this way. And then there's the parking lot, all clean and blown off. Big thanks to Mr. Terry Whitten and Alan Crane coming up here this morning. And they kind of helped, they did some raking and stuff and just kind of helping me along. And we knocked this thing out. It's just now 10 o'clock now, but you can't even tell. We set that stuff down out here in the parking lot. So I'm about to throw all this stuff in my trailer and take it home, and then I'll jump in the 5500 and come up here and get the gooseneck and load the mini excavator up. So an interesting story about that big post oak over there and this big pine right here. Back in the 80s, when I was a youth up here at the church, I was born in 72, we had a minister of music. His name was Brother David Watson, and he still lives over at Tuscaloosa. Great guy. Learned a lot from him. He was one of those kind of molding type people, you know, that was really good with youth, connected with them and helped mold them, you know, to where they needed to be. Had a big youth presence here at the church, and of course, I still go to the same church here. But so anyhow, his wife's name was Stormy, and she had made a humongous American flag. I mean, it was about 20 foot tall by about 30 foot wide or so. So we was going to do a patriotic singing, like a 4th of July type of thing, and we hung that flag out here. But to hang it up, we needed a rope from that post oak over there to this pine tree. So when I was either 14 or 15 years old, I free climbed this pine tree, got the rope up in that one there, and free climbed that post oak over there that I have now cut down and taken down, and put that rope in there to hang that giant flag. So they had the singers were all right here with their back against the flag, and everybody was in the parking lot. Just some cool stuff. There was these trees, you know, this building was added on to right here. You can see this part's different from that part over there. The brick part was the original old fellowship hall, and then added on to this right here. And of course, the tree just kept growing and growing, you know, and so there was really nothing wrong with the trees, these two, other than this one was leaning pretty bad out over here. And we have these winds come through, but the biggest thing is what the tree was doing to the roof. Look at what the roof up there, you can see that haze of that stuff growing up there on it, that moss that's growing on it. And it'll smoke a roof down quick, a tree being right up against it. Hated to take them down. I mean, I hated to see these trees go, as well as I'm sure everybody that's involved up here. I mean, just when I got the call on it, I just kind of gritted my teeth, you know, when I realized which ones it was. And I was like, man, I hate to take them down, but you know, it's just one of those things where sometimes they got to go, because if this tree would have clay rooted right here, they would have destroyed that slab on the building right there. Not only that, man, but it would have smoked probably 30 of these tombstones out here, and you talking about a mess to have to deal with, fixing up and what have you. So a lot of my family members are buried out here in this cemetery. My grandmother and granddaddy out here. Jill and I will be buried here too. This is where I want to be buried at. This is right here. I grew up right over the hill from the church right there, and then we moved from there You see that Dollar General over there? There's a big house over there behind that Dollar General shaped like a J. And we lived there all through my rest of my grade school years and all through my high school years till I graduated. That's where we were living there. And then we moved from there right up here on the side of the road. Mom and Dad did for a little bit. And then we moved from there over to a house that Dad bought that was just kind of right over there, right over the tree line. My grandmother's place is right there. Matter of fact, that cell tower is sitting right there adjacent to where her house was. So I've roamed this area quite a lot. I used to walk to church from over there. So a lot of memories right here, man. But it was cool that I got the call to take that tree down up here, you know, at my home church and what have you, and get the job to get it done and finish it out and have it all end up like this. So hope y'all have a great day today. We'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.